see, baby. Okay? So, it also aids in squatting position to descend the second stage of labor because of increase in interspinous and pelvic outlet diameters. Diba amazing ang pelvis? Okay, so ito yung tinatawag na macroverts, no? Yung hyperflex yung legs na towards the mommy's abdomen, towards the chest, like this. So para mas ma-increase yung diameter ng outlet, no? By as much as 2 centimeters. So this is the picture of the pelvis before McRoberts positioning. The diagonal orientation is one of the symphysis makes the shoulder delivery difficult. So ito yung sacrum, tapos ito yung symphysis. Kita nyo? But after the McRoberts position, the pelvis tilts orienting symphysis more, parang mas nagiging horizontal siya, parallel, horizontal to facilitate shoulder delivery. So ito yung nangyayari kapag naka-McRoberts position. So we go to the planes and diameters of the pelvis. So this is the pelvis. The pelvis is conceptually divided into false and true components. So you have the false pelvis and the true pelvis. Yung false pelvis, no, it lies above the linea terminalis. May parang imaginary line, no, yung tinatawag na linea terminalis. So above the linea terminalis is the false pelvis. So the false pelvis is bounded posteriorly sa likuran by the lumbar vertebrae and laterally by, ito kasi yung ilium, diba? So laterally it's bounded by the iliac fossa. Now in front, anterior, the boundary is formed by the lower portion of the anterior abdominal wall. Pag anterior, kasi wala naman ang buto dito sa taas natin dito. So yung anterior abdominal na anteriorly. Clear ba yung sa false pelvis? Okay. So, yung true pelvis naman, no, this is the one yung below na linea terminalis. Okay? So, it's obstetrically important. The pelvic cavity is actually obliquely truncated bent cylinder. The anterior wall, no, is 5 centimeters, while yung posterior wall mas mahaba siya, 10 centimeters. Okay, so yung true pelvis, no, ito yung boundaries niya. Yung superior border sa itaas niya is the linea terminalis. Okay? So sa inferior margin naman, ang boundary niya is the pelvic outlet. Now, the posterior border, sa likod, posterior border, is the anterior surface of the sacrum. Kasi ito yung sacrum, di ba? So, ito yung posterior border ng true pelvis. Now, the lateral borders would be the ischial spines. Ito yung ischial spines, no? Kita niyo ba? Sa person. Ay, wala. Sorry. So, ito yung ischial ulit, no? So, yung true pelvis, ang superior border would be the linea terminalis. Ito yung imaginary line, no? Na nagsiseparate sa false pelvis at saka sa true pelvis. Ayan ang pelvis. border, yung pelvic outlet is the sa inferior margin. Tapos yung ischial spine, this is your ischial spine. Ischial spine. Kita nyo? So yung ischial spine, no, siya yung lateral border. Okay. As well as yung sacrosciatic notches and the ligaments. Yung pubic bones, ito, siya yung anterior border. Okay? Kita, mas kita. So ito yung sinasabi ko sa yung iliang spine. Pag nag-eye ka, yung sa vagina, makikita mo may parang bone sa may lateral border. Ito, importante yung ischial spine kasi pag nag-eye ka yan, at nandito yung biparietal diameter ng pupil, station 0 lang. Yan yung marker mo for station 0. Okay? Okay. So, no. So, ito ulit, no, is the tube, diba? So, ito yung iliac crest, no? This is the iliac fossa, yung palibog dito ng portion. Okay? And then yung pubis, ito, it's joined sa anterior. Ito yung symphysis pubis. No? Then yung sacrum, yung sacral promontory is yung prominent bone dito. Ito yung nasa ito. So, ito yan. Pag nag-eye kayo, minsan naaabot yung sacral promontory. Napapapano yung bone nyo. Okay, so clear na to yung anatomy ng pelvis. So, ito yung picture, no, showing us a patient in dorsal lithotomy position. Okay. So, again, ito yung symphysis pubis, anterior. Yan, pag nakaganon siya. Diba? So, kita niyo yung symphysis pubis. No? Tapos, yung iliac. So, again, yung ischial spines, no? So, the distance between them, usually, ito, yung distance ng ischial spines represents, no, the shortest diameter of the pelvic cavity. Okay? Kaya yung baby, pag nakalusot dyan, malamang lulusot na yan. So, it's a valuable landmark, no, for fetal head descent. Kasi pag nandiyan na yung level ng biparietal diameter, sa dead station 0 na siya. Pag medyo mas lampas na siya ng 1 cm, station plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, hanggang sa halos crowning na siya. So it's also a landmark for pudendal nerve block placement. Kasi bakit dito sa ischial spine? Kasi di ba dito dumadaan yung pudendal nerve, and it's the pudendal nerve which supplies the pudenda, di ba? Yung dito, para ito yung anesthesia na binibigay natin minsan pag kailangan natin ng episiotomy para walang pain na naman yung patient kapag nag-prepare ka. Okay? So ito yan, yung ischial spine. So when we perform the pelvic exam, we always try, no, to palpate for this, yung ischial spine. Kasi nga, it's an important landmark for the station. It also tells us whether the pelvis is adequate. Kasi pag prominent siya, yung pag ay inumpang-kapang siya, most likely inadequate yung pelvis ng mommy. And pag yun ang prominent, ibig sabihin mid-plane ang most likely magkakaproblema ka. Okay? So it's also important, no, if you're going to give pudendal block. Yun yung importance ng ischial spines. So yung sacrum naman, ito yung sacrum. Okay? So it forms the posterior wall of the pelvic cavity. It's also a landmark for clinical pelvimetry. So the upper anterior margin, the sacral promontory, no, to the tip of the sacrum should be around 10 cm. So pag nag-eye ka, the distance along the concavity is 12 cm. So we go to the yung planes naman and diameters of the pelvis. Okay. So pag ito yung pag itong plane na to from this point to this point, ito yung tinatawag na transverse diameter. From the sacrum dito sa symphysis, no, is the, pag dito banda is the anterior, pag dito posterior. Ito yung likod natin, diba? Kasi ito yung harap. So ito yung anterior, ito yung posterior. So we go to the planes and diameters of the pelvis. So meron tayong tinatawag na pelvic inlet. Then you have the plane of the pelvic outlet, which is also referred to as the inferior straight. Then you have the plane of the mid-pelvis, also referred to as the least pelvic dimensions. And then you have the plane of greatest pelvic dimension, which has no obstetrical significance. Okay? So inlet, no? Ito yan. Mid-plane, ang landmark mo is the ischial spine. Okay? And then, pagbaba ng, after ng ischial spine, dito banda, ito na yung outlet plane. Okay? Okay, so we'll start with the pelvic inlet. So the pelvic inlet is also called the superior straight. So, it is the superior plane of the true pelvis. Okay. So it is bounded posteriorly. So we're talking about the true pelvis. So ibig sabihin, di ba ito yung linya terminalis. Ang pinag-uusapan natin ay itong portion na ito. After itong linya terminalis. Kasi ito is the false pelvis. So true pelvis, dito tayo. So, ang boundary ng pelvic inlet, no, you have the sacrum, posterior border, as well as the alley of the sacrum, and then lateral will be the linea terminalis. Okay, so the anterior border will be the horizontal pubic rami and the symphysis pubis. Ito. Okay? So, yung shape, no, ng pelvis, round or gynecoid in 50% of white women. Okay? So, yung pelvic inlet has 4 diameters. Okay? So, ulit, pag anterior, dito yan, no? Pag posterior, dito sa bandang sacrum, sa likuran. Transverse is pag ganon. So, from here to here. Okay? Pag oblique, pag ano naman. Okay, so ito siya. So transverse. Then, pag between the iliac spines, no, is your interspinous diameter, which should be around 10 centimeters. Okay? Then here you have the obstetrical conjugate. Okay, so ito. We go to the anterior-posterior diameter. Ang importante dito, one is the so-called obstetrical conjugate. So ito siya. Obstetrical conjugate. This is the mid position of the symphysis. Ito yung symphysis, di ba? So from the mid position of the symphysis to the promontory dito ng sacrum. So yun yung obstetrical conjugate. Then it is the shortest anteroposterior diameter of the inlet. And it measures more than or equal to 10 centimeters. Okay, so saan yan? So ito di ba yung symphysis? So sa gitna, papunta dito sa promontory, yun yung obstetrical conjugate. And dapat, ano siya, more than 10 centimeters. Okay? So we can also compute for the obstetrical conjugate by determining the diagonal conjugate and then u minus 1.5 to 2 centimeters. Kaya ang importante para ma-complete nyo yung obstetrical conjugate is the diagonal conjugate. Kasi yung diagonal conjugate, yun lang yung pwede nyo i-assess clinically. Kasi pagkat IECA, hindi mo naman maaano ito, di ba, yung bone na to. So, ang ma-assess mo lang talaga is yung diagonal conjugate. Ano ba yung diagonal conjugate? The diagonal conjugate is from the lower margin, dito, lower margin of the symphysis to the promontory. So, yun lang yung pwede nyo ma-assess clinically pag nag-IE kayo, yung diagonal conjugate. And the normal value of yung measurement is dapat mga 12 cm siya. Okay? So, dito, punta dito. Makukomplete mo yung obstetrical conjugate if you already have the diagonal conjugate. So, yung diagonal conjugate, for example, ang measurement ay 12. So, ima-minus mo lang ng 1.5 to 2 cm and that will be your obstetrical conjugate. Okay? Clear? Lumalabas yan sa exam. Ipapakomplete sa inyo. Ha? So, clear ba? Okay. So, yung true conjugate naman is from the upper superior margin ng symphysis to the sacral promontory. Hindi nyo rin yung ma-assess clinically kasi hindi mo naman ito kakapapag di ba, nag-IE ka. So, yung diagonal conjugate pa rin ang na pwedeng i-assess clinically. So, yung true conjugate from the superior portion to the promontory, the normal value is 11 centimeters. So, yung true conjugate naman, you can compute it by determining the diagonal conjugate and then you minus 1.2 centimeters. Okay? Pag ito na, ano nyo, may points na kayo agad sa exam. Hindi na kayo masisiro. Okay, so the mid-pelvis naman is measured at the level of the ischial spine. Ito yung ischial spine. Ha? So, during labor, the degree of fetal head descent into the true pelvis may be described by station, and the mid-pelvis and ischial spine serves as the yung marker ng station 0. Okay? Yung na-mention ko kanina. Okay. So, ito lang naman. Yung diagonal conjugate lang ang pwede mo i-determine clinically pag nag-IE kayo. So, from the inferior margin ng symphysis papunta sa sacral promontory, that will be your diagonal conjugate. And then you can compute for the true conjugate and the obstetrical conjugate by determining the diagonal conjugate. Okay? So, yan yun. Okay. So, we go to the transverse diameter. So, this is the greatest. Yung transverse diameter is the greatest transverse diameter minus the distance between the linea terminalis. And it should be around 13.5 centimeters. Yung oblique diameters naman is from the sacroiliac. Ito yung sacrum, ito yung iliac. So, asan ang sacroiliac? Ito yung kung saan sila nag-join. Okay, so from the sacroiliac sympodrosis to iliopectinal eminence on the opposite side, yun yung oblique diameter. So, posterior sagittal naman will be perpendicular sa patalikod. Segment of the obstetrical conjugate from the intersection of these two lines to the promontory. So, we go to the mid-pelvis, and this is also referred to as the plane of least pelvic dimension. It is measured at the level of the ischial spines. So, boundaries ng mid-pelvis, anterior niya would be the inferior portion of the symphysis pubis, and then lateral would be the ischial spines, mid-pelvis na tayo, and then posterior is the tip of the sacrum, kasi ito toxic na. Okay? Kita niyo ba? Okay. So the anterior posterior diameter to the level of the ischial spines usually measures at least 11.5 centimeters. So this is from the symphysis pubis to the tip of the sacrum. Yung interspinous naman, diameter, ito yan, between the ischial spines, is 10 centimeters. It's the smallest pelvic diameter. Okay? And then yung posterior sagittal diameter of the midline is around 4.5 centimeters. So it is between the sacrum and the line created by the interspinous diameter. So pag nag-create ka ng line sa between the ischial spine and yung interspinous, diba? So yung posterior would be this part, posterior sagittal, anterior sagittal would be this part. Okay, so we go to the pelvic outlet. So the pelvic outlet consists of two approximately triangular areas whose boundaries mirror those of the perineal triangle. No? So they have a common base, which is the line drawn between the two ischial tuberosities. May bone kasi, pagka nakalitaw ko, may makakabakang bone. Sa may dita, sa may malapit. So yung ischial tuberosities. So the apex of the triangle, ito yung apex will be, the apex of the posterior triangle, ito, is the tip of the sacrum, and the lateral boundaries are the sacrotuberous ligaments and the ischial tuberosities. The anterior triangle naman is formed by the descending inferior rami of the pubic bones unless there is significant pelvic bone disease. The pelvic outlet seldom obstructs vaginal delivery. May picture. Ito. Yung anterior triangle is ito. Diba? May bone ka dito makakapa. Yung line between the ischial tuberosities. So, pag anterior triangle, above that, okay, posterior dito. Okay, so regarding the pelvic outlet, you have the anterior posterior diameter. So this is the under surface of the pubic arch to the tip of the sacrum. At yung tip ng sacrum. So the intertuberous diameter naman is between the two ischial tuberosities, and it should be around 11 centimeters. Actually, pag-measure, pag-twist mo, fit mo doon, between the ischial tuberosities. May adequate doon. Pero pag masikip, malamang yung outlet na medyo alanganin. So the posterior sagittal diameter of the outlet is between the tip of the sacrum and the line created by the intertuberous diameter. Okay? And it should be around 7.5 centimeters. So meron yung tinatawag na Tom's rule. No? This is the transverse diameter plus the posterior sagittal diameter of the outlet, but this is measured through X-ray pelvimetry. Okay, so if it's more than 15 centimeters, sabi nila, the bony outlet is adequate. Dati, nung unang panahon, ginagamit to as a basis or as an indicator indication for cesarean section. Pero ngayon, hindi na. Ano lang, para alam nila kung ano yung consul. Pero ngayon, hindi na siya applicable. No? Hindi porke na x-ray pelvimetry mo and lumabas na inadequate, isi-CS mo na. Hindi na siya acceptable ngayon. Pero noon, nung unang panahon, pwede siya. Ngayon, hindi na. Kasi based on studies, kahit inadequate siya sa x-ray pelvimetry, karamihan pa rin ng normal delivery. Okay? So, hindi na siya acceptable ngayon as an indication. So, we go to pelvic shapes. So, we have yung tinatawag na Caldwell and Molloy classification of the pelvis, and this is based on the shape and its concepts aid in the understanding of labor mechanisms. So, diba yung pelvis divided into anterior and posterior segments. So, the posterior segment, ito, yung posterior segment, determines the type of pelvis, while the anterior segment determines the tendency. No? So, many pelvis actually are not pure, but they are mixed. Sigmawa, gynecoid, hindi lang siya purely gynecoid or android, minsan mixed siya. So, a gynecoid pelvis may, for example, no, may have an android tendency. Okay? So, ito yung mga different shapes, no, of the pelvis. So, yung na-mention is the gynecoid, and this is the ones, usually pag gynecoid, normal yan, no, pag gynecoid. So, ang gynecoid, ganito siya, no, halos equal yung posterior at anterior diameter. Pag android, pa-oval siya. No? So, mas maikse yung transverse diameter. Kita niyo to? Yung android. Antopoid pala, antopoid. Pag android, heart shape. Ang android. And this is usually sa males. No? Yung android pelvis. Then we have the platypeloid. Para flat siya, no? So yung transverse diameter niya, no? Anterior, posterior, ganito siya. Parang pabaliktad naman ang anthropoid, ang platypeloid. Pa-flat siya. So yung gynecoid is suited for delivery of most fetuses, and this is found in almost 50% of women. No? So the anterior-posterior segments are almost equal and spacious. The sacrum is well curved. Okay? Sacrosciatic notch is wide and shallow. The side walls are straight or slightly divergent. Yung ischial spines, not prominent. Pubic arch is curved. So the subpubic angle is normal. And the bituberous diameter is normal. Okay? So baka itanong sa inyo yan, bigay sila dito yung IE, revealed side walls, which is straight and slightly divergent. And then, ischial spine not prominent, sacrosciatic notch wide and shallow. Tapos sasabihin sa inyo, what type or shape of the pelvis? So, ano sagot? Gynecoid. Anthropoid naman, yung anterior-posterior segments are increased, no? Pero yung transverse, pakipot ang anthropoid. So, the sacrum is long and narrow. Sacrosciatic notch is more wide and shallow. Side walls are straight and divergent. Kasi nga, paano siya? Pakipot. Okay? So, the ischial spines, not prominent. Pubic arch is long and curved. Subpubic angle, ito is narrow. And the bituberous diameter is normal or short. So, that's for anthropoid. Pag android, yung heart shape, this is the one which has a poor prognosis for vaginal delivery. Kaya lalaki talaga, hindi pwede naman. Masisias sila lang. So, the posterior segment, ito, is short, diba? Then the anterior segment is narrow. The sacrum is forward and straight. The sacrocystic notch is narrow and deep. Yung side walls kasi pag ay mo ganyan, di mo makakapamo yung ito yung sa vagina, yung side walls. Ischial spines, prominent, pubic arch is long and straight, subpubic angle is narrow, and the bituberous diameter is short. So this is typical of an android pelvis. Pag platypeloid naman, no, you have a short anterior-posterior diameter pero wide yung transverse. Ito, wide siya. So the anterior and posterior segments is flat, no? The sacrum is inclined posteriorly and straight. Dapat kasi well-curved siya, di ba? Pero ito parang halos flat, straight siya. The sacrocystic notch is slightly narrow and small. The side walls are divergent. Ischial spines may not be prominent. Pubic arch is short and curved. The subpubic angle is very wide kasi nga pa-flat siya. And then the bituberous diameter is also wide. So pag nakita niyo yan, wide, wide, wide. Platypeloid. So ito yung summary of yung characteristics of the different shapes of the pelvis. So you have the gynecoid, the anthropoid, the android, and the platypeloid.